esteemed listener, the point is, as regards employment, as regards poverty level, as regards insecurity, everything, are we making money? Are we not making enough money? Watching the World Cup, Qatar has gone so far. And the fact that they were able to fund so many of the things, someone was telling me in just a few years they were able to build all those stadiums and do all of those things in just a few years.
Of infrastructure, level of
a lot of people had a different mindset about Qatar.
Now, we're not solvent as a nation. Yeah,
they had some money.
They have money. They have good money.
They have plenty money.
And what's
1995 Dubai.
I like the trajectory.
And then Aramco came, and then today in recent
right here in Africa.
In Africa now, is it all they are Chinese? They all and China. How were they able to do that?
Oil,
it's still oil. There's oil producing country in terrible.
It's a free fall.
That the difference that so I'm imagining even people that have jackpot or people that have family members that have, how do you even help to sustain them over there? And we've been hearing so much as regards, our foreign debts and all of that. We keep borrowing, and also the fact that there are some airlines now that are threatening to pull out of Nigeria, due to the fact that they don't have their money because they are operating in dollars. They do their business in dollars, but it's Naira that we want to give them. We can't give them Naira because it's of no value to them over there. So I'm coming with this intro because of what our conversation is going to be this morning, which is as regards how we can pay our debts, how we can fund our capital projects. We keep hearing that. So now the question the conversation this morning is as regards this conversation on Naira depreciation, the fact that that is adding to our foreign debt burden, because the lower the Naira falls, the more our
most of our debts are in foreign currency.
Is in dollars. Okay, so now we are going to have this conversation now. Our export is mainly oil in Nigeria. That's all that we can give out.
Majorly. Probably 80 to 85% of our exports.
But we have non-oil. We should have non-oil exports.
We're not doing anything about it, Sandra.
So why exactly is it difficult for the government?
Lazy tendency that we have. You can't even meet your quota. You are not meeting it. It means that we even have to reduce it, that we can reduce other people's quota. The problem again is that, look, the ones that you even extract from here,
we are paying Tompolo.
We'll pay that 4 billion every month.
So we're paying Tompolo, and then are we making that 4 billion every month?
Of course,
are we making it back?
I'm sure they are making it. They can make all of that, but how does it make any sense that with all of our security arrangements, apparatus and all that, we have to resort to giving it to a private person, a former known militia, to do that for us? So we are in a place where, yes, the economists are saying that we need to export more, but what are we going to export now? What are we producing to export? So
the conversation now is our main export is oil. Our main export is crude oil. That's the main export that we have in the country. But then we have to have all of this, and it makes the fact that our volume is not increasing in terms of what we are pushing out. So even if we make 3 million barrels per day, the fact is that we are not exporting 3 million barrels out, because some people are stealing, some people are diversifying, some people are taking out. So at the end of the day, our oil export is not growing, our non-oil export is almost non-existent.
Beautiful.
Then there are no foreign investors.
So here we are.
That is the quagmire that we're in. And we are going into an election season again. And are we asking the right questions? How exactly can Nigeria move forward from concentrating on oil?
Importation.
It's almost appalling, the fact that we're looking at oil now almost as a burden. Because it's supposed to be a blessing. And now we're looking at it as a burden. The other day, they discovered oil in the northern region in Komani, and some people were like, let's move forward.
We're supposed to celebrate, but we know that, look,
we're supposed
the experience with oil has not been anything cheerful. So
here we are now, and we're asking this question: how can the government address these issues to achieve Naira appreciation? All right, how can we address these issues to reduce our debt profile? How can we address these issues to work on our non-oil exports? You were saying something about agriculture. I know some of these presidential candidates have said something about agric work, looking at the agric, but even as regards the land and everything, are they well secured going into agric now? In recent times, policies were not put in place to mitigate against the flood. So the flood came, washed away a lot of farmlands and all of that, and then here we are again looking at agriculture. Do you think agriculture can take us out of this problem?
I was in Turkey recently, and I can tell you that there's hardly any square meter of land in that country that is not used productively. At least I was able to drive. We did a drive of over 14 hours in that country. And all the countryside, the cities that we got to, you will see what you call serious mechanized farming going on. You know, driving hours and all you see is farmland, of different types, apple, corn, what I call serious mechanized farming. Hours of drive. Here we are. What do you see when you drive through Nigeria? You see bushes. Nobody's doing anything about it. That's why I said, look, with agriculture alone, Sandra, we can be self-sufficient. We'll be self-sufficient. We'll be able to produce enough. And that, look, Turkey is even more like a desert because part of it, so it is still about the thinking. That's why you said, look, oil has become almost like a body. Because if you take the resources that belongs to the state, like a banana republic, not to talk about this, because again, how would the Naira firm up with this kind of situation? It's not going to happen unless we have a balance of trade where our export is almost as equal as our level of importation. Nothing would happen to the Naira, not the knee-jerk approach that's coming from the CBN. Those are just remedial approach that is not sustainable.
All right, there's so many things that we can get from this particular report, but then let's get your thoughts on this one as regards production. Nigeria becoming a productive economy. The problem is not the fact that we don't have what we can give. We have become a productive economy. That's the around and other than whatever it is, and the only thing that we're supposed to be, or the only thing that we have been looking up to, 09133. You can also send text message. Appreciate that. Hello, good morning.
Before people are doing a great job, we get the leadership right and come in newly. This is current president Muhammad Buhari, and we are thinking that this was the same man in 1983. 84. It was 84.
83.
83, yeah. And when they now begin to turn things around, that person come there.
Thank you, Timothy.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Yeah, have it productive comes like at this time of understand it matter. Or this thing. And you are making that you want your country to, and these are people that are so opinionated, they are so self-opinionated. So these are kind of
all right.
Good morning. I will talk if they are lacking. Foreign reserve will be saving. If you go to Obakra today, you go to this expressway, they are powering their industries companies. They are dead today. And then you also talk of during the 2 years. 2 years. I think that God bless you. Bless you.
Amen. Amen.
to take the most go down. It is corrupt in this country. It is corrupt in this country. It is country. The communist country. The communist is not away. We have to depend on our civil servant. We must change our.
Honestly, you guys, that time we have discovered agriculture. Go to farm. Even if we kind of fair, you can actually want to be that of equilibrium.
36000410.
1 plus 1, yeah. Same money.
What would you?
As man. Well, no worry. Corruption. The boy, I'm talking about Tiku.
It's okay.
Yes, we trust to go to any card. They were talking. I say I'm the fever.
It's okay.
Yeah, good morning. Sorry, the best thing is, let's start removing these people to party. You see, the more we keep allowing people, these same people to be in power, the more we keep empowering them. We have that if we did not try, these people may remove us at the end of the 4 years. So let's keep our sentiment apart. Let's start removing them from power.
Thank you very much.
Fuad, I say God bless you for this analysis of this morning.
Amen. Thank you.
Right. Sandra,
Sir,
I want to ask you something. Have you been to Plateau State?
I served in Plateau State.
Good. Have you been to Enugu and have you been to Osho State?
Not Enugu.
Do you see the natural tourist side
Yeah.
God bless us with?
Yes, of course.
If we harness it as a nation, what do you think will become of it? Now, in agriculture, there is no business with poverty if we have the right thinking leaders in power. Apart from oil, go and check how much the United Arab Emirates we have as a people, we have a wicked and a callous leaders. People have had who do not even have the technical know-how on how to develop a nation. Now, God has given us everything. As far as I'm concerned, because I have traveled wide, God has given us everything to be great. Is it the weather? Is it the land? Is it every down thing? But what we have, leadership. That is our problem. And 2023 is the opportunity. If you want to vote on sentiment or religion, it's better you listen to such a person, or you want to listen to the people who is the opportunity to become vice one time.
Yes, it's all right. Even the little that you said, I think we've got some one or two things. This is mainland 98 depreciation being adding to our foreign debt burden. But that's even aside from that is the fact that at this time we need to start tackling the situation or the matter of non-oil export, sector. Exactly. And even the crude oil, because whether we like it or not, our major source of export or our major cause of export is crude as of now. So what can we do? What can the country do to look into, becoming a more productive economy, diversifying our exporting opportunities, and also looking into foreign investments? Peter said something about tourism.
Mm-hmm. Tourism is also huge.
I don't think it's something that people are
he actually
talking
mentioned
enough of.
State, Enugu, and I think which other?
Oshun.
That's one tourist point that we are not even
Fuad, even aside from all of that, our festivals, our traditional way to look at it, our natural resources to other natural resources. I think borrowing. Second, this have been flaring sector to produce corruption. Nigeria becoming a productive leadership are imperative. Starting point is to make sure APC sowing and reaping is affecting us. So have here. If Governor Wike can be launching project almost every day, no roads, no industry, no agriculture, no standards in unfortunately this government team in Sound of Lagos. This is Steve Ikine. Imagine government all is well with the nation. That's Steve. Program of this government is nothing. Lagos. Thank you very much. Number for you to call. All right. Good morning.
Cause our attention. Chinese and the Indians that are really having industries in this country. But we have Nigerian physical team to show how they get their money. What I would prefer the next government to think of doing is to look up the way of taxing these people what industries where they can work for. They started working in this country in the 80s. Today when you work in the factory, you get your finger pressed on the company. They deny you and they don't know you again. That is your rich, and yet you don't see the physical farm valuable land in the mud.
Okay.
If we can, they need the farm, and yet there will be no farm.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are doing fantastic work over there.
Thank you.
Please, I want to go permanently. My name is Archie Ekotu.
Okay.
This is what's talking about this country. Igbo people said, and they work, but they work. Those people who believe that in this country, equivalent of polygamous family, a man who married 3 wives, even though if they oil, they are in another state, no matter whatever, whoever will see in that.
Okay.
God bless you.
God bless
Thank
you
you.
too.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, I want to tell Said, you have to travel. It's not only to travel to Turkey. You have to travel down to Osun State and Ondo State. Not by the road. You have to enter inside to go address the street. But go down the lane, do your investigation. Nigerian people, they are doing big farming. You can see small scale farming, you can see big farming, but the challenges we are having there is there is no road. To bring most of our farm, to bring our crops out, we are look towards investing in a farmers, and they are living right now. Most of the big farmers, not small scale farmers. So our governors, after that, they can be bringing those to their plants, those cassava, maize, yam, whatever.
All right.
So, Mr. Said, please do your investigation more. We are doing more.
Hello, good morning.
I'm calling from Mainland.
country, don't tie practicable a fit to another, and you say you want a perfect structure. It's not the way forward, because there are obstacles on the way, which is like building a new building going to work. Treatment is mentoring correct. We cannot tie a PC member. Yes, when it comes to agriculture, when I was
man from Ikoro, nice
he's saying one land, and so we have to
appreciate. I remember what Bishop invest in agriculture. Yes, of course, and then unfortunately we are not. I Columbine, the Union, a whole lot of them are running and make this money to focus on. They only focus on the cooking.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is a blessing. Think of, you're looking for a way to build our NAIRA. You see, the central bank governor, you may mention that, okay, fine, they want to mop up all the NAIRA. And he give maybe he give part of the reason that maybe to jack up our, the value of our NAIRA.
Okay.
A country that is not producing, I don't know where he run his own economy. You understand? A country that is not producing, look at our quota, it has depreciated. So I wonder what they are talking about. And it's unfortunate you mentioned in Dubai. Most of these people that you talk about, they have an investment there. After you start asking yourself, you don't even love this country? You don't even love us? Not talk of the country. Think of, ask yourself, what do we, it's so shameful. Let me just appeal to Governor Sanwo-Olu of the road. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. That's as regards the PSP. I remember, the few given in the morning, and they will wrap things up. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sandra and Power.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, it's Mike Areze calling from my
All right, please, you have just a minute.
Okay, I wonder how Power, if we want to start from the leadership, I think they are the best of this country's roads. Just imagine how everything is possible. We give what we have, and then we give what we don't have, and buy what we have. So just imagine, if I can remember again, in 2002, why have to do something?
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, that's can be taken. It's not something that's forbidden of everything. We need to let's all hope as the local.